And tonight we are one step closer to bringing passenger rail service back to Columbus.
Today, the Columbus Foundation awarded money to conduct an economic study on how it would all work. 10 TV's Richard Solomon joins us now with where we are in the process. Richard?
Well, the nonprofit organization All Aboard Ohio received close to $17,000 for this study. And advocates tell me by adding rail passengers, the economic impact would be unmatched. This roaring sound down a track has a special place in Stu Nicholson's heart.
I don't want to be cliche about it, but it's literally music to my ears.
Nicholson is the executive director for All Aboard Ohio, and his latest obsession has been working to bring passenger rails back to the state. And he says they're one step closer in doing so. They've just received close to $17,000 for a detailed economic impact study in the Cleveland, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati rail corridor, otherwise known as the 3C and D corridor. All this will help them get a better idea of how exactly a passenger rail would play out.
Is really critical to economic development, to workforce development, to dealing with climate change, all of that.
This is just one phase of the process. If all goes well, he says the next phase would involve engineering and environmental work. Then comes the actual construction.
If we can get a lot of people to ride trains in the middle of the night in Ohio, imagine what it would be like if we can have daytime service.
There's no doubt about it. He's all aboard of the possibility of trains returning to Ohio, because he says Columbus hasn't seen a passenger rail since 1979 and hopes other Ohioans will grow up with that roaring sound.
That's why we're telling both the Senate and the House, look, you can't shortchange this. This is a critical moment. This is the best chance we've had in decades.
And this, of course, is a lengthy process. They're still waiting for federal funding to get this approved. And Nicholson says it could be at least 4 to 5 years before we even actually see trains on tracks.